Hi, friends. Welcome back to Live at the Roxy on this Sunday, April 18th. So many things to say. Number one, I hope you guys all had a relatively fun or peaceful or rejuvenating weekend, whatever it was. I hope that the weekend you found some peace in or some laughter in. Number two, I have a 2-day long, just like hangover. Uh, because of drinking a little bit, not that I drank a little bit, I drank a lot of it, but a little bit about that. And then the other part is just like I worked all weekend. I worked and I drank all weekend. And now here I am just like there was a couple nights I didn't sleep, and then just life is so strange as it's coming back to normal. If you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, I put that in quotation marks because it's super duper not normal yet, but I'm fully vaxxed. I'm able to see people. I started drinking again. Not that I stopped drinking, but I mean, like, going to meet somebody for a drink. The World Girls IRL shoots. Every person on the World Girls is vaxxed. So we did our IRL shoot this Saturday. It was fucking awesome. And I just worked hard and played hard this weekend, and it's the life that I really want to live. So here I am thinking about this morning. I'm like, what do I want to talk about on the show today? So I do what I normally do, and I go and I check in with Slash Film or THR. Is there any big entertainment news? I go and I check in with Twitter. What's the top trending? And then I was like, okay, a few different things. And I want to talk about Cuomo and what he said, because he said some real controversial shit. For those of you guys who didn't see, he said that that reform won't happen until police start killing white people's kids, and some people agree, some people disagree. So anyway, I want to talk about that. But then the thing happened where you see the thing where you want to talk about, and it's just exactly what you feel like talking about. I was on Yahoo. Why was I on Yahoo? I don't know. I check it sometimes. So I'm on Yahoo. I'm scrolling on Yahoo, and Demi Lovato's picture comes up. And I was like, yo, Demi, that's my girl. I don't know why she's my girl. I haven't even watched her doc yet, but I just feel for her. I like her. I like her music. I like Demi. So I was like, oh, Demi, what's going on with Demi? I click on the article, and I was shook. I'm going to talk about this today, but she is attacking my favorite Fro-Yo place in Los Angeles. Why does that matter? Well, I'll explain the whole thing, but I wholeheartedly disagree with her and the use of her platform for this purpose. And I will break all that down for you guys today. It doesn't sound like the thing that I should be talking about when there's so much going on in the world, but sometimes you just come across something and you're like, I've got to fucking talk about this. Who's there to listen to me? Because where's my soapbox? Because I need to get on my soapbox, and I need to address this Demi Lovato crisis of Fro-Yo. And that is what happened. So we will be doing that on the show. Plus questions, comments, concerns, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer, or right here in the super chat. Also, it's 88 degrees in Los Angeles with a UV of 9 today. It was fucking so hot, and I needed to soak some of this booze out of me. So I was sitting on my rooftop, and again, my brain is tip-top fried. So I'm just gonna do my toner on air right now. Not that I don't do that all the time. It's so funny because I see so many broadcasters, especially women, obviously, and they come on, and every time they come on, nobody goes on every day because I'm the only psychopath who does that. But every time they come on, full face of makeup, they're on their YouTubes. It's not like they're on Extra or Access E, whatever. They're on their YouTubes, full face of makeup. And I'm like, they look so fucking good. Good for them. Rock on. And then I'm like, I should do that. I should get ready for every single show. I should try to look the best that I can look. Revenge is a dish best served looking sexy. So I'm like, okay, that's what I should be doing. And yet, every show, I managed to come here with nothing on my face. As you guys know, not like fake nothing, not like when the Instagram models post like hashtag no filter, and there's clearly a filter, like hashtag no filter, and they're covered in makeup. Y'all know I come here with nothing on because look at me wipe down my fucking face with toner. I'm just like, I could never be that person, even though I have mad respect for her. I'm just not. Sometimes you just got to know who you are and know that you're not the girl who can do that. I'm not her. One day, hopefully, if I'm rich, I have a makeup artist and she fucking hooks it up. She comes to my house. We're gal pals, or if she's not a gal, we're just pals. That would be fucking amazing. All right, let's start with the Streamlabs. This is going to be a stream of consciousness show today because I actually can't control my own thoughts today. They're just coming out faster than I can even fucking think about them. So just let me live my life. Going into the Streamlabs, which is streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Let's see what it is y'all have to say today as I oil my face. Told you guys, 20% vitamin C serum. This shit is popping. Because I want, at least if I'm not going to wear makeup, I got to look good when I'm older. Because ain't nobody got the time for that. All right. Today is the 18th. And the first comment coming in for today's show, coming in from Glenn Caesar. Glenn is the zenest and the best. Glenn says, Miles Cosgrove, Brett Hankinson, Jonathan Mattingly, arrest the cops who killed Breonna Taylor, all three of them for killing Breonna Taylor. Hope today is the day. Justice for all the people who've lost their lives due to excessive force. # say their names. Yes, Glenn. Every time. Yes, Glenn. Glenn also says, hello and happy World Girl Sunday. Yeah, that's right, guys. Tonight is World Girl Sunday. In case you've never checked out the World Girls and you're just like, it's too late to start. That's so not true. It's every time that I think about the World Girls, what's so great is that you can just jump in at any fucking point. We are the most like welcoming, open group of people. And because it is April 18th, which means that we are right around the corner from 420, we are doing a 420 stream tonight where we're just kind of talking about the best stoner movies, whether that's movies that are about weed or movies that we love to watch when we're stoned. Also TV, because TV gets vastly underrated in this section. And while there's not as many TV stoner shows or episodes, there's still a ton. So don't worry, I'm going to bring that to the table tonight. So come join us. And even if you're not a stoner, hopefully it will still be a blast. So that is tonight at 7 p.m. youtube.com/theworldgirls. Join us there. It will be really fun. Also, Glenn said, so thanks for always being there and here for us, rock stars, RJ, and everyone who shows up and gives their support whenever, however they can when it gets tough, even if you're by yourselves. You're not alone. Everyone who is battling, keep on fighting. You're a winner. You're kind, you're smart, you're unique, and being so unselfishly loving and supportive of others, including strangers on the internet or not, makes you worthy. Your story is important and deserves to be seen and heard. Good vibes on garnering all of your much deserved success. Good luck with all the hosting and filming, auditions, and or booking other projects coming up for you. What's for you is yours, Roxy. You're earning it all, chunk, because you're fucking fire. What's for you is yours. What's Roxy? For Roxy is Roxy's is the first part. Okay, for you is yours. Glenn then says, congrats on all that's in the works and now unfolding in the new chapter and new adventures of Roxy. Thanks for trying new things, which makes you successful, and why to me you're winning. Oh, good addition, Glenn. I like that. Roxy's the best. Roxy number one. Yeah. Happy Roxy days. Glenn, you always alter these in such a slight way that makes me know how much you're paying attention to me, and just I really appreciate that. So thank you for coming through and always giving the little tweaks that they need. Glenn also said, let's go Smeth and everyone fighting for today, tomorrow, and more. Smash cancer all day, every day. Be most excellent. RJ and Rockstar show up for people who need and want it. Makes you dope as fuck, humane and worthy. Cheers to fuck yeah news and laughter for us all. I'm with you, Glenn. I'm with you, Glenn. Why am I singing that? Who the fuck knows? Don't forget your neck, y'all. This is what we've talked about with the moisturizer. You can't forget your neck. The only person who ever said that they paid attention to that was Rob Fishback. And if the rest of you guys don't pay attention to that, then y'all are going to be people who end up with good-looking faces, but fucked up necks. And society's a bitch. You don't want a fucked up neck. You already got enough to deal with. Also, moisturize your lips. It's important, too. You got to have those moist lips. Just for all the reasons. The neck and the lips. We know all this stuff. Although I've been really slacking on moisturizing my body. I need a good body moisturizer. Any recommendations? All right. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Streamlabs.com/RoxyStryer. Just fresh as a Georgia peach today. Fresh as a Georgia peach. Never really understood that expression. But what I do understand is that I get my peaches out in Georgia. I get my weed from California. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then you are not fucking hip and you are behind. And you are not a believer, my friend. Sometimes when she goes off, she goes off. Going back into the Streamlabs with that big support, Star Gonzalez. Star, you have been so fucking incredible always, but recently, your support is next level, and I am so here for it. Thank you, Star, for being the true star you are. Star says, sending you some love and support. Yes, Star. Need that in my life. Need you in my life. Star's the fucking shit. Much appreciated, mama. All right. Should we talk about Demi? Should we just get into the real topic of the day, that juicy? Because, y'all, I got to explain to you what happened. So there is a Fro-Yo place in Los Angeles called Big Chill. Okay? Big Chill is so fucking good. But on top of that, it is very, I don't know how to phrase this, famous in LA? That's not the right way, because if you don't know, then you don't know. But if you do know, the Big Chill, and by the way, it's got 2 G's in it. Some people don't find it because they just try to B-I-G. It is the B-I-G-G Chill, the Big Chill. And I say it's famous only because, like, when I went to USC, that was downtown. And in LA, a lot of people kind of stick to the section of town they live in, especially because there's so many Fro-Yo places. There's just so many places that you can go. But we would drive from downtown to the Big Chill just to get Fro-Yo, which sometimes would be an hour drive. Big Chill is like in, what do you call that? It's very central LA. It's kind of like closer to Westwood or like Pico area. It can be far. It's almost near Century City, a little past that. It's in its like own spot. There's not much around it. It's in a little strip outdoor place. And it's kind of this hole in the wall. It's this random little Fro-Yo place that just has the best fucking Fro-Yo. If you are in LA and you've never been to the Big Chill, you should go. The Fro-Yo is fucking fantastic. But the thing that I love most about their Fro-Yo place, the item I love most there, is their vegan cookie dough. Do I love it because it's vegan? No, I love it because it just is fucking fire and it happens to be vegan. The reason I point that out is because the Big Chill works really hard to have Fro-Yo and items for everyone. So when you walk in, the way Demi described it is so not the way it is. I'll tell you how she described it afterwards. But when you walk in, like I told you guys, this is a small fucking place. It's not a big Fro-Yo place. This is small. It's like the size of a bedroom. It is a small Fro-Yo place. There's maybe like 4 tables inside that are little circles. It's small. And when you walk in, on the left-hand side, there's a lot of different foods. They have gluten-free cookies and brownies and salad dressing and like bizarre. It's like a little mini market of, I guess you would say health foods, but not all of them are healthy. They're like for people who have allergies. There's like nut-free stuff. There's just a lot of different like cookies and brownies and random like sauces and just different things over, and they're on kind of just these shelves. It's just a random little thing to the left-hand side. Then you get to the counter, and they usually have about 10 yogurt flavors. And one of them will be dairy-free. One of them will be low sugar. One of them will be, they have just like all different kinds. And then they'll have like, of the 10, like 6 of them, or even maybe they have more like 15 flavors, and 10 of them will be just normal ass Fro-Yo. But they change their flavors every day. So it's always like you can call in advance, see what the flavors are. If you know, you know. And LA has a lot of spots like these that are really conscious about different people's the ability to eat different things. So what I love about the Big Chill is, number one, it has the best actual Fro-Yo in the city. Number two, their cookie dough is so fucking fire. It's the best topping I've ever had. They also have tons of fucking toppings. And number three, I can go there with all of my friends, regardless of if they are lactose intolerant because there's a dairy free, or if they have whatever it is, diet restrictions. They can always find a Fro-Yo there because they have so many fucking options for people who have dietary restrictions. So to me, every time I walk into Big Chill, no matter who I'm going with, I just get so fucking excited. I can't believe that I'm talking this long on the show about Big Chill, but this is how passionate I am about this place. I moved relatively close to there. I'm probably about 15 minutes from the Big Chill now, and I Postmates it to my place. I've never Postmates ice cream to my place ever before because theoretically it would melt by the time you got here, but it doesn't. They pack it well. It's just awesome. It's one of those places you could only pay with cash until recently. Like, it's kind of like a little hole in the fucking wall. And they have these great Fro-Yo pies and all. They just their shit is bananas. I love it there. So I'm on Yahoo and I see Demi Lovato has said something negative about it. The headline was kind of like, Demi Lovato calls out diet culture using LA Fro-Yo place or whatever. She says, the headline was, Demi Lovato calls out diet culture vultures who promote disorder eating. And I was like, what the fuck is this about? So I click on it. This is what the Yahoo Life article says. Demi Lovato is taking a stand against what she calls diet culture vultures. The pop star, who's been candid about her struggles with eating disorders, took to Instagram stories over the weekend following a triggering experience at Los Angeles frozen yogurt shop, The Big Chill. Lovato shared that she was frustrated to see the shop carry diet foods such as sugar-free cookies, which she sees as helping to promote a problematic diet structure. She said, quote, finding it extremely hard to order Fro-Yo from the Big Chill when you have to walk past tons of sugar-free cookies / other diet foods before you get to the counter. Do better, please. The experience has inspired the Dancing with the Devil singer to launch the hashtag diet culture vultures, which she intends to use to call out harmful messaging from brands or companies that perpetrate a society that not only enables but praises disordered eating. So the Big Chill actually responded to her, and this is what they said. They responded to her complaint and said, we carry items for diabetics, people with celiac disease, vegan, and of course have many indulgent items as well, which is always what I've seen too. And then, yeah, this back and forth kind of kept going, whatever it was, but she is not down with this. And I am like, this is so fucking wild, because one celebrity has the ability to like demo a place. And when one celebrity posts out about this random little, this is not a chain store. This is not it's a one little Fro-Yo place that offers things for all different kinds of fucking people and has all different options for all different kinds of people. And for her to be like, they're promoting eating disorders, disordered eating. It's like, what the fuck is that? It's so, when you have millions of followers and you are tagging this place, tagging the Big Chill, which is a random hole in the wall fucking Fro-Yo place that has options for everyone, and you're saying that they're promoting diet culture, you have to fucking look at yourself. And I understand that everybody has their triggers and everybody sees different things when they look in the mirror, and everybody struggled with different disorders in the past. But to say that this is what they're promoting is such a bummer. And I was like, Demi, do fucking better. Like, when there's all these companies in the world that people should be maybe trying to take down, and again, I shop at Amazon all the time. I'm fucking guilty of it. But like, there's the Amazons in the world or whatever. You are going after a mom and pop one-off Fro-Yo place that has options for fucking everyone. And that's what you want to Instagram out about? It's so fucking rude. And they're not promoting jack shit. They just have options for everybody. So like, yes, would you find a place like this in Nebraska? Probably not. LA is pretentious and bizarro, and it's all about like clean living and options for all. And this is nut free, and this is tree nut free, and this is gluten free, and this is dairy free. They have all the fucking options. But that's one of the things I love about living in LA, is that there's something for everybody, and people have dietary issues. It's just so bizarre to me that she would walk into a shop that isn't promoting anything, just has options for all, and then post this out. Like what you're saying, Pink Sweets in here, this is a non-issue. If they're paying celebs to take photos of their frozen yogurt on Instagram and caption it, "This frozen yogurt helped me lose weight," then okay. But no, they aren't doing that. I know, and it's just so frustrating because we see celebrities do this all the time, where they have a grievance with a place, and then all their fans respond, and they're like, "Yeah, take down Big Chill. This is fucked up. They're promoting diet culture. They're promoting what?" And it's like, this is a dessert shop. This is a dessert shop where every time I go in there, I load my shit up with cookie dough, which, by the way, vegan cookie dough is not healthier for you. Vegan cookie dough is not promoting diets. It's for people who are vegans. It has more sugar in it because it can't have eggs and butter or whatever the fuck in it. So it has to have more sugar and stuff. Vegan cookie dough is not any healthier. It's not less calories. It's just fucking vegan for all the vegan people in LA. Every time I go in there, I load it up with like fucking gummy bears and cookie dough. And I also really like to get bananas on my Fro-Yo or strawberries too. Whatever. But they have a fucking ton of options. They have every single candy topping. And she's like, "This place is promoting diet culture and we must stop it." And it's like, what the fuck? If you don't like it, if you walked in and you had an issue with it, then don't go there. If it makes you feel bad, don't go there, because what it's doing is providing options. And I love their response being like, "We have options for diabetic people, for people with celiac disease. Like, we have options. That's what we have. What the fuck, Demi?" So again, is this worthy of a whole topic of the show? Maybe not, but I feel very passionate about celebrities not going into fucking one-off small mom and pop places. Like, if celebrities want to tweet about fucking Verizon or, all the things that we all get annoyed about, airlines, fine. I get it. They're annoying and I have grievances with them as well. And y'all know that I'll tweet out about Postmates. Like, Postmates forgot my fucking food. Which probably shouldn't do anyway. But you want to go to a little fucking Fro-Yo place and say that they're promoting eating disorders? The fuck? The fuck is that? Don't use your celebrity power to do that. I don't like it. And that's how I feel. Probably none of you guys really care as much about this as I do, but if you're in town, and you like Fro-Yo, show up to this place. Their shit is fucking good. It's fucking delicious. Apollo 3JP in the Streamlabs, and everybody else, get in those Streamlabs. Streamlabs.com/RoxyStryer. Apollo says, "Fam, did you have that disgraceful fight last night?" I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm sure Steph does. "I lost legit money because of this rigged shit show. It's 1 degree from wrestling. Couldn't believe it. Anyway, it's a beautiful day. I'm a little high, and I just ran 5 miles. Cheers, Steph. Hit me up." Apollo, what fight was last night? I don't even know. I didn't even watch it. Oh, yay, Joseph Ashley. Thank you for saying Big Chill on Westwood and Olympic. Yeah, that's what it is. Exactly. Appreciate you. Fucking love me some Fro-Yo, and I love me some Big Chill. Melissa says, "Passionate topic, LOL. Sounds like she was triggered because of her past issues with food she's projecting. I have compassion for that." You are right, Melissa. I have compassion for that too. But when you are a celebrity and you have millions of followers, and this is a mom and pop Fro-Yo place, while I have compassion that you have issues that trigger you, because I have things that trigger me as well, it's not nice to do what she did. It's not nice. And yeah, but I feel you. And people have different issues that they struggle with and feel triggered for different reasons. But yeah, she's been through a lot. I like her a lot. I've talked about her on the show often about how much I like her. But this one, it was mean. It was mean to do. That's how I feel on this one, at least. Let me know what you guys think. Is this Big Chill Gate? Will this go away? Will Demi apologize? Will it kind of fade? Streamlabs.com/RoxyStryer. This next topic is an actual big issue, or a hot topic issue, at least. Something that was trending on Twitter, and for good reason. Chris Cuomo said that reform is not going to happen until police are killing white people's kids. I am so interested to see what you guys feel about this statement, because of a couple of reasons. Number one, Uh, Number one, is he wrong? I'm not sure. Should he have said this? I am curious what you guys think. The thing that was trending underneath this was Sandy Hook, which people used to combat his statement. I thought that was an interesting way to combat his statement, considering he was talking about police shootings and it makes me feel like people are unclear on what happened at Sandy Hook, because there's multiple different issues going on here, and everything kind of gets joined into one. When we're talking about police shootings, people make it seem like we're talking about gun reform. Those are not the same thing. Those are two different issues. There is the issue of gun reform that we need to tackle as a society, because yes, gun reform affects everyone. Kids in schools, gay nightclubs, synagogues, concerts. There's a lot of situations in which gun reform, we talk about it on this show all the time. I feel like we're talking about a new shooting on this show all the time. And so I don't think that the statement, if he had said gun reform won't happen until white people are getting shot, I don't know if that would have made sense, because white people are getting shot and gun reform is not taking place. But what he was talking about was police brutality, and he was saying that that's not going to change, or things won't change until police are killing white people's kids. And to me, again, this is one opinion, that seems fairly accurate. I think that I don't know, because none of us can predict the future. But one of the reasons why police brutality and has been happening for as long as it is, and there's not been any justice or police reform or defunding or reallocating, or however we want to phrase it, is because Black and brown people are dying. And the kids of Black and brown people are dying. And if the police were shooting innocent white people at the same rate that they were shooting innocent Black and brown people, I think the world, and by the world I mean the United States, which I know are two different things, would certainly not be taking as long as we are to fucking fight this fight. I think he has a point here. And Twitter was up in arms about this. And maybe could he have phrased it more sensitively or tiptoed around it more? Yes. But how can we pretend we don't get what he's saying? I mean, this makes sense. Disgusting, disturbing, but makes sense. What do you guys think? Let me know in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer, and in the super chat as well. In the meantime, I'm going to look in the chat to see what you guys are talking about. Bruce, the intern to the CEO of sex. Wow. Bruce. Cops aren't going to do what they do to white rich kids like they do minorities. Of course not. Of course not, because that's not the fucking world we live in. I think that was his point. I think that's what his point was. So Christian Hardesty said, didn't see Cuomo's full quote, but it seems like the kind of thing that is so out there that many people will not even try to understand what he's trying to say. To me, though, it's just not that hard to understand, because if you think that the same thing could happen and is happening to white kids, then you're not paying attention. So he just kind of spoke the truth on it, which is, yeah. Let's go into the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Yes, we went from talking about Fro-Yo to talking about this. It's a roller coaster show. I told y'all. Apollo 3JP says he's not wrong for saying that. Callous maybe. The truth is, when white kids get shit, that's when people finally saying something must be done. It's just a shame that in order for that to happen, more kids need to die. You want change? Hit their wallet. Ugh. But yes. Paul also says you want change? Take away qualified immunity and make it so that every time there is a settlement over a shooting, the money comes out of their pension. That will make them think twice before everything. I have cops in my family. I say this to their face. What do they say back to you, Apollo? I'm curious. What they say in response. Yeah. Going back into the chat, let's see. Brittany Parker says, we're past the point of tiptoeing around the issue. I appreciate Chris for using his platform to be blunt. I'm glad you feel that way, Brittany. Not glad that we are past that point, but glad that you liked the way that he phrased this and that resonated. G. Smith says, sounds like Cuomo is completely clueless on the issue. They won't shoot white kids like that because their purpose is to harass the Black community and protect white property. G. Smith, I think that's exactly what he's saying. I don't think he is saying that we're waiting until they just start shooting white kids. I think what he was saying is he's making the point that the reason this isn't changing is because it's not happening to white kids. So white families out there, check yourself and realize that this isn't happening to you guys. And if it was, you would be fighting for change. That's what I believe he was trying to get at, G. Smith. I don't think he was saying the next step is that they're going to be shooting white kids, because I think he knows that that's not the next step. I think he was saying that I think that he was making a point here. Adam Rodriguez says, white kids were killed in Sandy Hook, and that didn't change any gun laws in America. Adam, did you miss my whole speech about the difference between Sandy Hook and this? I'm curious if you did, because if you did miss it, then I can try to re-summarize. But if you didn't miss it, then I don't understand how people are making that point, because the two things are so far apart from each other. The Sandy Hook was a school shooting. It was a school shooting in Newtown. Does everybody remember this? It was a school shooting in Newtown, Connecticut. And a 20-year-old went and shot and killed 26 people. That 20 of them were kids that were 6 and 7 years old, and 6 of them were adult staff. This happened in 2012. For those of you guys who don't remember that did not change gun reform. Gun reform is a huge issue because gay nightclubs, like I said, synagogues, nail salons. I mean, school shootings and mass shootings are happening for EDM festivals. I mean, these are taking place all over. And yes, white people are not only victims of that, but also are often the ones doing the shootings. So that one has nothing to do with police reform, which is what Cuomo's talking about. Sandy Hook has nothing to do with police reform. Nobody looks at Sandy Hook and thinks, oh, because those white kids died, we have to defund the police. Because that doesn't make any sense. Brittany Parker in here, movie theaters, absolutely. School shootings and mass shootings versus police killing Black and brown people are two completely separate issues. And this is what people do to try to confuse other people. Because there's been so many shootings that people don't even remember what things people are fucking talking about. And so on Twitter, when Cuomo said this, he didn't say it on Twitter, but when he said this statement that this wouldn't, be happening, to when he said this won't happen unless police are killing white people's kids, and everybody says, what about Sandy Hook? What? It's such an out of left field thing to bring into this. I don't even understand the correlation between police murdering people because they thought it was a taser, or they thought the Skittles were a gun, or they thought whatever fucking excuse, and people shooting elementary schools. There's no correlation. So everybody kind of jumps on the bandwagon of Sandy Hook, and it's like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? What are you guys talking about? That had nothing to do with it. And so they just try to confuse everybody and shake things up so that there's an excuse after excuse, but there's no correlation at all. So the fact that Sandy Hook was even trending today, I was like, that is a really good point for gun reform. We need, and I talk about this on this show all the time too, we need gun reform. We need gun reform. Oh God, my fucking computer froze at the wrong time again. All right, I'll be right back. Putting up my slate. See y'all in 1 second so that I can keep having this argument that's just fucking frustrating. All right, we back. My computer always knows when to cut me off. And so it's frustrating because while reminding people about Sandy Hook and all of the mass shootings that have taken place over the years is important when we are talking about gun reform, and we're talking about why every person needs a background check and why there should be less guns, and there should certainly be less rounds that you can shoot off in guns, because why you need an assault rifle for a civilian is beyond me. And there should be reform taking place that we've seen other countries, we've seen other places such as Australia do when they've had shootings that have worked, and there's outlines for us to, and steps for us to fucking take. That is true. Over there, that is, put that in a box to the left, and we have to work on that. Also, and unrelatedly, police are killing Black and brown people. Black and brown people, Black and brown children. That has nothing to fucking do with that. And so people combining this issue when there's no correlation. There's no correlation. There's not. And the reason there isn't is because there's a direct correlation and causation of police shooting Black and brown people. It's not random. They're shooting them because they're Black and brown. So the connection and Twitter being like, but Sandy Hook, but Sandy Hook, but Sandy Hook, but Sandy Hook what? But Sandy Hook is a great argument for a different argument. You're not even in the same room as us right now. I'm hearing Cuomo, and he's talking about what's happening, and you're talking about something different. We're not in the same book, which is really frustrating. So yeah, that's how I feel on that one. From Fro-Yo to gun reform to police reform, up and down. Going to the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/RoxyStryer, Paul3JP says, I say it with love. I love them. Cops have a place in our society. Their response is take away qualified immunity and no one will ever want to be a cop. They're not wrong in thinking that. Cops need some form of protection. I don't know what the answer is. I don't know that I fully agree with you on what you're saying there, Apollo, but I hear you. Apollo also said, with respect, Australia is a false argument. The country is the size of the United States. The population is less than that of California. They took guns away because they good. There are more guns in the United States than there are people. We need to focus on the reality. Apollo, I didn't say that we need to follow exactly what Australia did. I just said that is one example of how things can work. And Apollo, what you do all the time here, and I want you to notice this about yourself, is you poke holes in things that you have nothing to fill. Suggest shit, homie. Because as I've said 50 times on this show, when it comes to gun reform, I will take any suggestion. But what you do always, always on this show, and probably in your life, and you really have to think about this, is when you hear solutions, you say why they're not solutions, but you never offer solutions yourself. And you have to start thinking like that, especially when we're talking about these topics. If you do not have a better idea, then don't poke a hole in an argument. You only poke holes in arguments when you have something to fill it with. And I've learned that throughout this industry, especially because you are in this industry. That's something you should know from being on sets. You can't just say this lighting sucks. You have to say this lighting isn't working and here's how we should do it. And that's for everybody at home, a little Roxy's advice corner. When we're talking about gun reform, the first step is saying what is happening with guns is not working. In this country, it's not working. What are people's ability and access to guns? This is not working because people are fucking dying. That's number one. That's the first thing. But you say that with things to fill it with. Here are things we could try. Background checks for everybody. Increasing the age in which you are able to own and operate a gun. There's a 5,000. I talk about them on the show all the fucking time. All the fucking time. But when you sit here and say, Australia, that doesn't make sense for the United States. I'm not saying that we are Australia. And I understand that Australia is a smaller country than us because I'm not a moron. So just remember, guys, and this isn't at Apollo, who actually is my home. He's cool. We like him. He's a rock star. But always when you're having these arguments and you find these people who just, that's not right. That's not right. That's not right. What's your fucking suggestion? What's your fucking suggestion? And yes, you can say that you don't know what to do and that you talk to them and you think that they should with their pensions. But we're talking about, that's with police. This is with gun reform. Roxy's Advice Corner. Coming at you hot. CJ in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Star says, gin reform is not happening. Gin reform? What the fuck is gin reform? Maybe they meant gun, unless there's a big gin argument that I don't know about. The gun lobby owns both parties. Biden will give platitude policies that won't change anything. Again, CJ, so not helpful. Y'all, we got to work on this. We got to give solutions. And we have to look at ourselves and figure out what are some possible ways. So you and I are close on the keyboard. That is true, Rob. That is true. Ooh, interesting. Truculent Ramanavi says, so is he supposed to make non-realistic solutions like you then? Oh, Truculent. Thank you so much for joining. You're so sweet. Well, I'm really glad you don't think that background checks for guns is a realistic option. I feel like we could just easily do that. Seems very important. Why you think it's non-realistic is beyond me. It's really interesting that you think that civilians not being able to carry guns that can shoot dozens and dozens, if not hundreds of rounds, it's not realistic. Let me guess, are you a hunter, a gun owner? Just a lot of respect for the gun power. Like, where are you at that these are not realistic options? Because everything I'm mentioning are realistic fucking options. They're all realistic. And people who just throw out terms like that's not realistic, such an easy argument on the other side. Anybody can end about anything in the world. We could say, well, that's not realistic. Why? Why? Why is that not realistic? You tell me. Why is it not realistic to start trying certain things and making access to purchasing guns a little harder? Why isn't it realistic to maybe we don't stop everything, but we slow it down? Why is that not realistic? I'm pretty sure what I said was very realistic. And your argument is that, well, that's not realistic. Why? Tell me why and what you think we should do, unless you're just okay with as many people dying as are. because it's the people who are giving no options to them. What I think is, if you have no options, then you must be okay with the amount of people who are getting shot and killed. Because if it's not realistic to do anything else, then you just must be down with that. That is how I feel. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. The hangover makes you passionate, right? Apollo coming back. Gotta give it to Apollo. Always comes back. He says, "Hello, fair enough. I think one thing to try is the national database. That said, even then, how do you monitor?" Oh, that said, even then, how do you monitor? Genuinely asking, if someone goes to a therapist once a month, does that mean they should be watched? I don't know. Also, I thought I was a homie. SMH, laugh my ass off. Are you talking about for restrictions on who can purchase guns? We should try the national database, or what are you talking about? Because no, I don't think if someone goes to a therapist once a month that they should be on a watch list. I don't know what part of what I said made you think that was my suggestion, but yeah. All right. Well, this has been fun, y'all. This has been a hoot. Thank you for talking to me about, frozen yogurt, gun reform, and police brutality. We really, really roller coaster all the time. And if we want to continue roller coastering tonight, don't forget, over on YouTube for The World Girls, youtube.com/The World Girls, we're going to be talking about weed all day, every day. We are a cannabis supporting show. We want to talk about all different things that are weed related. So TV shows, movies that we watch when we're high, that are stoner movies, all that stuff. We will be talking about it. If you have any other questions, comments, concerns, don't forget to Streamlabs them in here and I will read them for the next show. Y'all are having interesting discourse in the chat right now that I can't wait to go back and read also, because I feel a lot of you guys. I love the fucking rock stars. Y'all are incredible. Don't forget to blow on your internet. We know we got to do that. It's like I almost made it through the whole show before it just like freezes me out of nowhere. And everything's fine. Just freeze. Why? What's up with that? Skype download? Brett, Miles, Jonathan arrest the cops who killed Breonna Taylor. All three of them for killing Breonna Taylor, which has nothing to do with fucking Sandy Hook. Stop making it about that, people. Don't trend with the Holocaust. Put down the toilet seat and the lid for the flumes. Hopefully you've already made your bed, but if you haven't, go do it right meow. Enjoy some outside time today if you can. It's beautiful where I am. I hope it's got a little bit of sunshine where you guys are. Try to make that a priority this week, because there's a direct correlation between that and people's happiness a lot of the time. We got to do what we can to be that 1% happier. Ooh, bringing that back. I love you guys a lot. Stay safe, stay sane, and I'll see you guys tonight for The World Girls, 7 p.m. And if not, then I'll see you back here tomorrow live at the Roxy.